Hi all and welcome back to my channel. So for today I'm going to be using the Golden Oldies Senior Moments, and this is from the Not Quite Over the Hill topper set, and we're also going to use the paper pad, and I'm going to make a box card. This is the first time I've made this, so I've obviously already had a little play to make sure my sizings are right. So for the main, I've taken an 8x6 10th fold, and then I've scored, I've done 1 1/4, 1 1/4, 1 1/4 and a half, and then that will fold up like so. And then for the top part, I've taken an 8x1/4 piece of card, and then I've scored it at a half and 1 1/4. I have written all the sizes there, so these are the ones for the main panel of the card, and then this is a small panel that will go over the top. So to start with, we're going to decorate this back panel. So I'm going to take my gold mirror, so we'll just get the glue, and we'll place that on there. Make sure that's stuck down. Like so. And then I'm going to take this brown coloured paper, and that's going to go on the inside. So I'll just bring in my trimmer, so that should be, so it's just under 6. So if I take, let's see, so it's 2 notches under the 6. So if I take this 4 notches under the 6 that way, so that should fit nicely in there. And then if I do the same, because that should be 8, so if I do again 4 notches under the 8, and that can go there. Another notch, I think, that way. So if we do another notch, then that will go on there. So we'll use the tape runner. Like so. So then when we fold that up, it's still tidy on the inside. So then we need to decorate this front panel. So again, I'm going to take a mirror and that will be 3 notches and the 6. And then the width should be the 1 1/4. So to there. So then that will go onto there. And then I'll just lie that flat to stick this piece on. Just check that. Just need a bit of a trim on the side there. And then we'll do the same again. So 1 1/4. And then, so what did we say? That was 2 notches under the 6. Three notches. So I'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4. Just see where that lines up. I'd rather it be too big than too small. So it needs another notch taken off. And also it's not going to be 1 1/4, is it? Because we need it smaller, slightly smaller. So if I go 2 notches under the 1 1/4. Yep, that'll work fine. So then that will fold there. And then just for its top piece, just put on 6, because this papers are double-sided, so we can just then when that folds, at least that's got some paper on it. So again, we'll stick that one down. Just doing this before because I think it's easy to lay it all down before we start constructing, because then you've got to try and work on lumps and bumps and stuff. So like that. So I'll just move that out of the way for the moment. So then I'm going to bring in my red line tape for this top bit. Just a little bit more. In there. Just need to work out how I can stick it down. So if you do it that way, it'll be easier to get it straight, and then also it'll pop back up. So like that, so there's your box. And then for this part, so this is the panel that's going to go on top like that. So again, we'll take some mirri for that panel. So we'll glue that down. Just make sure this is straight and everything's covered. And then cut it down. Trying to get more out of my comfort zone. And normally it's not very often I do shape cards, or I've done like easels and fold backs, but I'm trying to get a bit more into doing a few more shape cards to make it a bit different. So I watched Crafty Claire do this card on her YouTube channel, so I thought I'd give it a go. So again, this time I think we may go with the opposite side and use the greenery. see what else is in here. Or we have got the grass one we could use, and they could sit on that. So we have the brown with the contrast of the green. So I think I'm going to use that one. So I'll bring my trimmer back in. So that is just under 5. So if I take this, I'll start with 2 notches under the 5, just to see how that sits. Do another notch, so it'll be 3 notches in total. And then we have 6.5. So if I take that, two notches under the 6.5. Again, I think I'll take one more. Like I said, I'd rather cause it too big than too small. So then that would sit there. We'd have the topper on there, the other way around I should say, sorry. So then let's just see what we've got left in that paper. Because what we could do, a few strips left, is also do just a piece for there. Just as it's going to be on the top, so it will show. So again, if we do two notches, it's the 5, isn't it? So 2 notches under the 5, and then it's 1 1/4. So that's 1 1/4. We'll go 2 notches under the 1 1/4. Hopefully. That'll work. So again, we'll stick this onto that top piece. Like so. Now I think that's finished with the trimmer, so again we'll put this one on. So then that will sit like that. So again, I'll get some more red liner. So then try to make sure I get this in the right place. Let's do it this way around, I think. That's about right. So I'll go with that. And then I'll just get some tape for this bottom part. See how much it goes over. That'll do, I think. I don't think it needs too much. So then just making sure it's straight. This is the fiddly bit. And the idea is it stands up like that. So then we'll take the topper and this part we will lay flat. And then for the main image, we shall take this one off. And we will raise this up. And then that can be placed in the centre, like so. And then I've got a little anniversary, so I'm thinking we could mat and layer this. So I'll just cut a little piece for this. And then we'll get a bit of Miri as well. Like that, and then we'll stick those together. Thought that'd be a great one for my mum and dad, as they've done a lot of walking. A lot of the mountains over the years. We've done Ben Nevis, Scarfell Pike, Snowdon, all the bigger ones. I've only done Snowdon, Scarfell Pike. I thought Ben Nevis was a bit too much. So, but my dad's done Ben Nevis a couple of times. There we go. So that's my box card. Again, there's the measurement if you want to give it a try. So that's for the main part, and then for the section on top it's this size. So I've tried to make it quite easy sizes and measurements. So that's my card for today. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks to everyone that watches my videos and subscribes. I really do appreciate it. Take care. Bye.